about our generation at war since September 11th. And one of the things that we forget about is that our generals have been at war since September 11th. Our leadership is like we talk about the coveted class of West Point in the 1850s, all those guys that gave us the colonels and generals of the Civil War. These leaders today have been cutting their teeth in Afghanistan and Iraq. They've seen it, they've done it, they've led men and women, and now they're ready to really rebuild the Army into what is one of the most important times in our history. It's not just about, well, we need new tanks. We're talking about integrating new technology. We're not just talking about slapping ISIS and Al-Qaeda around, and we do a great job at that. But we're talking about China. We're talking about Russia moving in to the future, taking these young people and giving them a piece and ownership of what it means to be an American warrior. It's a very special time, and we're doing it. We're knocking it out, and when you see these kids, you're just blown away. But I mean, when you signed up, was it a time of war? When I joined, 2 towers were up. Kosovo was the big fight. I've been to Kosovo. You been to Kosovo? That's not a fight. I mean, I'm sorry. Kosovo, they burned a DVD before the movie's even made. I don't even know how they can't get their infrastructure squared away, but man, they really got Hollywood down, didn't they? X-Men 2 was coming out on Friday. I had it on Blu-ray. I don't even know how they worked that out. But my point is, these kids know exactly what's going on. And what happens when we play an Army commercial? Some of the best Army commercials, by the way, ever made. We play a Wounded Warrior commercial right after that. And what message does that send to moms and dads? Our recruiters are ready to seal the deal. Our recruiters, you get a kid in an office, our recruiter is going to tell them the programs, and they're going to make sure that they make a great decision and benefit their country. But our job is the real recruiting job. Everyone here, I just got done at our table here talking about sitting down with a school system. Well, when General Funk shows up with his 4-star, his flag, his entourage, that can be pretty intimidating. It can be intimidating. We know what we're up against. There are a lot of these school systems that are just plain ignorant on what the military is. They think about it from a movie, or they think about it from a time, a bad experience that one of their relatives had. But we're good with ignorance. We can handle that. Show them love, talk to them at their level, show respect. That's what we're trained to do. Our job as civilians, as veterans, are to remind young people and parents every single day that if you give us your loved one, not only will we treat them with the dignity and respect they deserve, but they will become our loved one. The Army is the world's largest adoption agency. We are. It doesn't matter where you came from, it doesn't matter what you look like, who you love. We'll take you, but we'll make you a part of our family. And when you're a part of our family, you're always a part of our family. This is the Officers Club. Have you seen the NCO Club? It's a rolled over 5-ton. couple cartons of Newports, not many chandeliers, but we take care of our own. Forever. And when you're talking to a young person, when you're talking to a school administrator, I don't want to hear about your time in the Army. Tell them about what you're doing now, what you did in the world, what kind of job you had. Because that house, that law degree, that job in finance, would you have done those things without the Army? The Army gave you that true north. The Army gave you your left and right limit, and you went out there and you accomplished amazing things because your Army raised you to accomplish great things. And when we go out into the world, we have to remind people every single day, I am a veteran. That Soldier for Life program is one of the greatest things the Army has done. It reminds us every day, our job is to recruit. You have to replace yourself. In the old days, was the Army the best place for women? I can't say that. In the old days, did the Army treat African Americans with dignity and respect? I can't say that. But today, I can tell you that this is a world-class professional military that looks at equal opportunity as important as it does force protection. We drill it into every single soldier's head. You will treat your peer with dignity and respect, not because it's good for mission success, and not because it's good for your promotion. You'll do it because it is the proper thing to do. It is your obligation to do. That's who you are. And when we come home, we continue that. And that's what we have to remind people of, and school systems, and parents. Your child will be better for having served in the United States Army. You will have a better son, a better daughter, and your community will be better for having served in the United States Army. And as much as we want to take care of those who are wounded, and we love those organizations that help the wounded, we got to talk about the great things the Army can do. And stop getting out of this victim mentality. It's really infecting the population. I'm so sorry you had to serve. You must have gotten your girlfriend pregnant. You couldn't have gotten into college. I will take a soldier with 6 years in the military as an employer over anything that comes out of a college. What do you prove when you got a 4-year degree? You get them online, you can stay at home, you know, your fingers are stained with Cheetos, and you're getting a master's. How is that possible? What are we doing? Well, what does it mean when you go to the military? You stood for something. You actually did something. You had to account for something. That means something to an employer. And whether you're a Fortune 500 company, or you're running for public office, or you're out there in the community, we have to wear our veteran stripes every single day and remind people who you are. Right? Everywhere you go, this is who I am, this is where I'm from, and if you want to be anything like what you put your the people you emulate up on a pedestal, realize that veteran service in the Army is why we're all here. And we owe it to our Army to make it a better Army. And we owe it to our country to make sure that we have the best fighting force in the world. They say that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. This room has a lot of people in it that will kill you. I'm telling you that right now. The truth is, all we focus in is the violent, kinetic nature of the Army. We are strong and we are free because we're so good. If you don't want to go to war, you make sure that your Army is ready for it at any minute, and we are. We absolutely are. We're ready, we're disciplined, but at the same time, that is going to make us slower to go to war by how advanced we are, how trained we are, and the fact that we have young people right now that hopefully can go 20 years without ever seeing a deployment. Because our enemy knows there's a lot of things they can do. But messing around with the United States of America and our Army is a really bad decision. It's a really bad decision. And there's a young 8 and 10-year-old little kid in the Middle East right now. And they have a choice to make. Do I want to make the choice that my dad made and go to war with the United States? What's going to change that? What's going to change our future is to make us the most powerful force of good this world has ever seen. And we're there. That is our institution. We are a force of good. Who's going to fight the coronavirus? It's going to be us. When an earthquake happens or a hurricane hits, who do they call? They call us. We're not just trigger pullers or grenade throwers, but we're pretty good at that too, by the way. But that's not all. We save lives every single day. And those people that are doing that, they're coming home and they're saving lives in their day-to-day work as civilians. You know, it would be wonderful if everyone was given a decision of college or the Army. But would we get people that really want to be here? Because when I go to all these different places, basic training, ROTC, I see men and women who want to be here. They want to serve. And it is the most beautiful thing in the world to see all of that potential in one team, with one flag, all together marching towards one common goal. That is what life is all about. It's about service. That's what America's all about. It's about this Army. And we have the ability to make us stronger. So go back to your communities, talk to your superintendents, and ask, where are the recruiters at? You got all these water bottles in your high school football team? Where are the Army ones? We've changed the plastic. They're safe now. Just don't microwave them. That's all we have. Keep out of the dishwasher microwave. We are going to make a difference in our own communities by doing the job that we should be doing as veterans every day. Some of you people, your cars are like your GD214s, right? You got your airborne wings on there. Got your PLDC badge. Everyone loves to put all of their stuff. I de-theft. I just rear-ended him. I didn't mean to steal any of his identity. It just rubbed off on my car. But evidently, you're proud of your service. You should be proud of your service. You got awards. You should be proud of your rank. Be proud of who you are. But show how proud you are of your Army by going into your community and telling people, hey, I want these kids to have the same experience I had. And I want to talk about my Army experience in the present tense. I served 15 years ago, but I'm going to tell you I'm here because my Army brought me here. And my obligation isn't to myself. My obligation is not to my family. My obligation is to make my family more secure and to make my community better by making my Army elite. And that means I need your son and daughter to make our Army elite. There is greatness in everyone. The Army will show these kids how great they can be. That's our job. Not a recruiter's job, our job. Let's do that together. Let's continue to give back and make the Army better. And let's give us some, this guy's working too hard. By the way, he's 82 years old. He looks like he mentioned during Eisenhower. He's a good man. We're going to make his job easier. We're going to make our Army better. Thank you very much for your time.